What's up, y'all? This is Ty. We are down to the wire. This is it, y'all. The season finale, episodes 24 and 25. 2 hours of madness. So much to cover for Tyler Perry's comedy, The Oval. So let me give my shout outs to my people that have been holding me down in the comment section. Shout outs to Simply Be Yourself 100, June BLC, Elisa M. She said my videos are the best. Thank you. Mwah. A. Henderson, DB, Francesca Richardson, Tia Divine, Randall Brown, Miss Always Blessed, Miss Tasha, Anthony White, Deneen Henderson, Jennifer Calhoun, Deshaun Jenkins, M. Jean Goodwin, Gabriel Gervais, R.C. Koger, Cornelius Brackens, and Hope. And we have new subscribers. Hope is a new subscriber as well. Bianca West, Rain on it, and Nay Love. All right, thank you all. Shout outs to you. Let's get right up before we get into it. Y'all seen my video? Go watch my video of me working out my fitness journey. That's part of my new videos I'm doing, and I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna be like pow pow. Oh, when I get the body the way I want it, y'all gonna be sick of me. I'm gonna be on here shirtless, tank tops. I'm gonna be doing, you know that thing the guys with the muscles do that. I'm gonna be licking my lips like LL. I'm gonna be like, what's up, this is Ty. I'm gonna be sexy for, I'm telling you. But let me get right down to it. I'm playing too much. Let me get right down to this video, to this review. Let's start with the First Lady, Ellie, and Mr. President. Oh my goodness, Mr. President. This is the dumbest man on earth. He's just an airhead. The guy, the president is so stupid. But anyway, the First Lady, as we saw, she knocked cute little Ellie. Ellie is cute, y'all. I like her. I think I got a crush on her. Okay, anyway, Ellie gets hit by the First Lady, and now she's hiding behind the president. She's doing that whole innocent, we know you ain't innocent. She, I wasn't doing anything. Why did you hit me? No. But the First Lady's on to her. She's like, listen, I know him and I know your type. You ain't did nothing yet, but you about to do something. And she said to him, she said, and you, I'm gonna hurt you. So she's hiding behind the president, and she said, I only came in here to clear things up about the panties. So the First Lady's like, what panties? So she goes on to explain that situation. First Lady's like, get out. So Ellie leaves, and now the First Lady's having a conversation with the president, and Mr. President he's not too bright. So he's like, oh yeah, I only called her in here. So he goes on to explain, I only called her in here to get the information because I was protecting us. I was saving our asses. She said, no, you was trying to get some ass. What you think, I'm dumb? So he's like, saying that he wanted to get more information because he knows that the press secretary, Diane, has the panties, and she's going to take it for the DNA test to find out whose panties they are. And he says, these are not Ellie's. I didn't sleep with Ellie. Not yet, anyway. He didn't sleep with Ellie. These are Denise's Pieces panties. So the First Lady's like, look, you need to fix that. You need to fix that situation because that is a complete and utter mess. So now, as that's going on, Donald and the press secretary have a conversation. He calls her in there and he's like telling her, listen, the panties, don't do the DNA test. She does this whole fake conversation where she's pretending to call and say, oh yeah, don't do the test. I knew she was lying about that. But she also asked Donald about what's going on with this one agent being dead and one being in intensive care or whatever have you. And they still haven't said which one is dead and which one is alive. But I'm thinking, like someone said in the comment section, I'm thinking that Yuma is dead and Max is alive. That's what I'm thinking. So anyway, he tells her, they have their little conversation. And of course, she goes in her office and she's like, let me know when those results come in pronto and just tell me. Meanwhile, Ellie done changed. She's in this sexy blue dress and she gets it on with the president. And he's, they're enjoying each other's company, did what they did. They did it in the Oval. And she's officially now the new press secretary. So then he makes that announcement. Diane is pissed She tells Donald, you better fix this. Donald tries to fix it, but the president is an idiot. He's a moron. He's not listening, so it doesn't get fixed. So that causes the press secretary, Diane, to lose it. And what she does, I thought was the most hilarious, yet unrealistic, but hello, this is the Oval. Like, come on, this is your brain, put it over there. She does the most ridiculous, over-the-top press. She holds the press. She walks past Donald, goes in there, does this press conference, which was hilarious because she went in there and she told it all. She mentioned how there was panties, and the panties belonged to a woman who's now dead, and the DNA shows that, not only that there was a white male whose DNA is in it. Pretty much, she blew the president's spot up. She said he was a womanizer. She said basically he don't do anything. She said the family fights. She said that she's been fired because he's got a new pretty young thing over there. She even says, Ellie, won't you come up here and show us how you got your job? And she said, here's a mic, you rock the mic, show them how it's done. That was hilarious to me. It was crazy because I'm like, good and well, that would not happen in no real, but again, this is TV. But it was hilarious how that whole thing happened. I was over here cracking up. Then she said, like, mic drop. And she said, and if I come up dead, you know that this White House did something. It was them that did it. So Diane she's off. She's pissed off. She's ready to go. She's ready to leave the White House. She's fired. So she ain't got nothing to lose. So she's blowing spots up. The president is pissed. But I was laughing because I said, this idiot, he doesn't listen. Donald tried to tell him it wasn't wise to do what you did. That wasn't wise. That was stupid to fire her and replace her with this inexperienced Ellie. Meanwhile, Ellie has a guy that she's dating, I guess, and he comes up and he's like, Ellie, what's up with this? Is this true? But Ellie's clever and sneaky too. She was able to spin that. She's like, no, she's lying and all this other stuff. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to fix all of this. And then that's when Donald comes. He's like, oh, no, you're not going to fix nothing. She said, yes, I am. I'm the press secretary. And she actually went out there and gave another spin saying that, Diane has some mental issues. She's a little woohoo upstairs. So she was able to give her spin. So it was like, she's going to be a serious problem with her cute self. Yeah, she gonna be a. Let me stop saying how cute she is. She cute though. Damn, she cute. But yeah, Ellie's gonna be a serious problem next season. That's what I think. I think we're gonna see more cat fights between her and the First Lady. Speaking of the First Lady is getting the kids ready to go off to grandmother's house. She has the maid. What's that maid's name? Jean. Jean is the one. Her name is Jean or Jane? Jean, I think. She is the one, the maid, who witnessed Kyle taking Denise's head out in the laundry bin that day. So she's all on pins and needles and with that secret that she shared, and she doesn't want to be killed or whatever. So she's like, she's just talking to Priscilla, and she's like, listen, I saw something, but I can't say nothing about it. I don't want to discuss it. And that's when the First Lady calls her in and is like, listen, I need you to pack my children's clothes because off to grandmother's house they're going to go. And of course, neither child wants to go. Gail is very verbal about it, how she does not want to go. She's, just acting up, locking herself in the bathroom and all this stuff. And the First Lady has to get Sam to unlock the bathroom. And the First Lady is slowly flirting with, she's throwing it at Sam and all that craziness. The maid then goes to Jason's room to help him pack with his weird, creepy, crazy self. And he starts crying and he's telling her how he doesn't really want to leave and all this stuff. And then he's pushing up on her. And then I didn't see this coming at all. I was like, wow. He forced himself on her. He's covering her. She's trying to fight him off. And he rapes her. And I was like, this is completely crazy. Then on top of that, he apologizes, he cries, and he said he's going to let her go. And then as she's trying to leave, he pounces on her again, and he strangles her. So this guy is a nutcase. He's a killer. He's a killer. He is a killer. And then he said, I hate that I had to do this again. So now I'm saying, did he kill Denise? Interesting, interesting. Meanwhile, Grandma gets here. Grandma's straight from hell. She's just throwing insult after insult at the First Lady. Now I see where the First Lady gets her cold evilness from. She gets it from her mother, because Grandma's evil. She was like, oh, you don't look well, and she just was throwing daggers. Then she said something like, she was asking the kids if they want to go. Crazy Jason's over here crying and looking on, whatever, because, he know what he did. Gail was like, I don't want to go. I ain't going. Grandmother was like, oh, you're rebellious like your mother was. You went through that phase until I straightened her out. And then she was just throwing so many insults. And I just was hoping in that scene that the First Lady picked up a vase and just bust Grandma upside the head. So, she gets on my nerve. I did not like how she was speaking to the First Lady, who is nasty herself too. But I was like, damn, this woman's mean. And, when she said that whole thing, because I don't play that stuff, when she said that whole thing about, I have to straighten out these things you call kids, right there, Grandma, because see, my grandmothers were loving, sweet women. I'm not this. What kind of grandmother is this? Evil, just completely evil. I'm like, this is just craziness. So she's got something on that First Lady's. She's petrified of her. It's just ridiculous. Let's move on down to, I always call her, what's her name? Her name ain't, what is her name? Let me look at my notes. Miss Nancy. I was about to say Miss Loretta. Miss Nancy. Oh, Lord. Barry, Richard, and Nancy. Let's go on down to them. First, Barry's upstairs with Sharon. And he's telling her he can't look at her. Every time she heads over to the pharmacy, all he could see in his head is how, she was on that counter just getting it on with the pharmacist, and he just can't get that out of his head. That's understandable, and he don't want her going down there. I have a question. Can she find another job? Is this the only pharmacy in D.C.? Can't you go work somewhere else? Why must you go down there anyway? That just doesn't make sense to me. So she got to go down there with that whole thing, and her and that Kareem, that whole thing is stupid. Why are you even going down there? That's dumb. Kareem is not over her. Why are you still working there? That whole thing is stupid to me, completely stupid. But she asked Barry if Barry's a drug dealer, and Barry's like, why would you ask me a stupid question like that? As hard as I'm working and busting my tail, don't you ever ask me nothing like that again. Then Barry goes down and talks to Richard, his dad, and he finds out that his mother has not been home, did not come home, and Richard does not care. And rightfully so, because Nancy, oh Lord, Nancy was tipping and dipping back in the day and made his whole secret baby and don't want to tell him who the father is. So she's like, when they get to Nancy, we see Nancy. Nancy was telling Sam's wife, how Richard ain't speaking to her, but she has to berry picky. She's got to berry picky. She comes on home. Richard is giving her the complete cold shoulder, and again, rightfully so. But the nerve of this woman, because she had the nerve to be saying, after all I did for you and all this stuff, why should I have to tell you who the father is? Why not? What? Just tell him who is the father? His brother or something? Like, is it Richard's brother or something? Why you can't tell him who the father is? That was pissing me off. And then she did that whole thing, and she ain't going nowhere because she paid for half of the house, because he was like, you need to leave, I'm serious. He said, well, she said she ain't going, she ain't leaving, ain't nothing he could do. And he said, you know what, I'm going to make you miserable while you're here. And she did that whole, well, that's too bad, because you better than that. Well, you ain't better than that, Nancy. You know why? Because you won't tell this man. Come on. Don't you love the Lord? You heard his cry, right? Be honest. Come on, just tell him who. I was looking at the TV screen like, Nancy, just tell him who the father is. Did you come on? Just tell him who the father is. What's all this foolishness? Just tell him who the. I don't understand why she can't tell him who the father is. I don't get it. I don't understand that. I think it's stupid. She's stupid. That whole thing irritated me, and especially when she was trying to do this. After all I did in this, you had a whole baby on him and told him the baby was your nephew. Gave the baby to your sister, who's a crackhead, junkie, whatever. Picky had a hard life. You failed him, and then you won't. Then he dies. Now we find out he's your son, and now you don't want to tell me who got you pregnant when I was out here in the war and the tour of duty and all this. Nancy, nah, that's not cool at all. All right, I'm done ranting and raving about that. Let's see what's going on else in my notes. Yes, okay. We don't see Lily and Bobby in this episode, but we do hear from Kyle that we do hear in Kyle's conversation with Donald that Lily wants a divorce, and rightfully so. And now they're like, can should I finish? We need to finish the job, finish her off. And Donald's like, I don't want to know about it. Just do what you got to do. Now this is stupid. Why can't you just come out the closet or whatever? Why you got to kill Lily and all this stuff? Let that woman go be what she want to be. Leave her alone, because Donald, you got Kyle. Just deal with Kyle and come on. Deal with Kyle and keep that going on right there, because you're loving Kyle. Because when Kyle made that little joke about the president, you seem to be a little bit upset, especially when I think Kyle told you about the incident where the first lady told Kyle that she thinks that Kyle wants to get it on with the president. The first lady was on it tonight. She told Kyle, she said, "You want my man, don't you? You want him. Shoot your shot. Go ahead, shoot your shot." Like, she was crazy. This episode was just craziness after craziness after craziness. I was like, wow, this whole episode, these two episodes, the show is crazy. That's all I can say. The show is crazy. So let's move right along. As I said earlier, Jason has strangled this girl. He put her under the bed. Poor girl, the poor young maid. So the older lady is looking for her. The older maid mentions that she's looking for her. And she says, she says to Priscilla, I can't find her. And she didn't clock out. She didn't clean a certain room. So she goes into Jason's room to clean it up. And she finds poor Jean under the bed. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. That's just terrible, sad. And I'm wondering how they're going to fix this and figure this out. I guess we have to wait. We have no choice but to wait till next season to see who's going to clean this up. I guess Kyle going to clean this up too, because that little boy is crazy. That's just sick right there. Totally sick. We also see that Barry finally caught up to Ruth. He sees Ruth hanging out with the Ragadouchis. I said it right, the Ragadouchi cult. And he goes in over there to the crowd, gets out the car, grabs Ruth up. He's like, "Where's my daughter?" And she told him, "Oh, she's with the Ragadouchi. She's with the most high, or the highest, or whatever you call the leader of the Ragadouchis." And he's like, you gotta give me my daughter. Get in this car, get in this car. And he's roughing up, and he's pulling on her. The rest of the Ragadouchis flee, they run, and the crowd is looking, and I was wondering why people were doing like that, bucking like they were going to try to help her, but nobody did anything, and Barry was like, get back, but he didn't have no gun, so I was like, why y'all backing up? He ain't got no gun, just rush him or whatever. So he grabs Ruth, puts Ruth in the car, she's screaming. For some reason, I don't know, I don't know why she couldn't break free, why she couldn't get out the car, but he throws her in there, closes the door. I guess there's a child lock on that side of the door, because I don't know why she couldn't just get herself out. And he drives off with her. Where he's going with her, I don't know. But maybe that will play out on the other show. I don't watch that show, the spinoff, The Ruthless. I couldn't get into that one. But I'm glad he's getting closer to finding his daughters. He's going to make Ruth tell him, "Where's my daughter? Get her from these Ragadouchis, Ramadouchis, whatever. What are they, Ragadouchis? Ragadouchis. Get her from these Ragadouchis, because this, it's too much." So, let's get on back to the first lady. The first lady is truly shooting her shot tonight with Sam. First, it was when they were. She asked him to unlock her daughter's door, and she was talking soft and sweet and all that. Then she calls him again, but this time she calls him into the room, and she has on her negligee, her lingerie, and she's being all sexy and soft and sensual. And Sam hasn't had none in a while, and he has an attitude with his wife, she's pretty too. The cast; these women are gorgeous on the show. But anyway, he hasn't had any from his wife in a while. He's still pissed off that she turned him down, and when Nancy was over there and all that. He said even before Nancy was there, you wasn't giving me none. So he's got a chip on his shoulder anyway. And here comes the first lady. How can I ease the pain? She was just throwing it on him and just sensual. She ends up going downtown on him, and he's like, stop it, stop. He's resisting, and she's like, yeah, but you're saluting. Your flag is saluting down there. So she's like, yeah. So she's getting a little of that, and then she's like, please, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Come on, come on, come on. But he doesn't go all the way. He kind of like backs up. He's like, no, ma'am, no, we can't do this. No, 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 no. And he goes to leave, and as he goes to leave, here comes his wife. And I thought this was hilarious because the entire time he's having a conversation with his wife, he's got his back turned to his wife. He doesn't want his wife to see his flag saluted, his erection down there. And she's like, Sam. And he's like, yeah, baby, yeah. And I'm like, was his zipper open too or whatever? Because you should have zipped that up when you got up out of there. He was like, yeah, honey, yeah. And then the first lady's listening from inside the room, and she's like, Sam. And I laughed so hard when she said, Sam, turn around. And he turned around, and I guess she saw the and she... I'm so ignorant. But she turned around, he turned around, and she saw that he was, salute. And he grabbed her. Let's go. And that's where it ended. So, man, this episode was just crazy to me. This finale, they did a lot here. I was not expecting. I knew that son was weird, but he's a killer. So I'm just going on the record to say I think he killed Denise too. I think he did. Because he's crazy. I think he did. Because remember, he said something like, what did he say? He said, oh, not again. So that boy's crazy. He's got problems. We got to figure that out. We got to figure out where Barry is taking Ruth. And hopefully he'll get his child back. Hopefully they'll wrap that up in season 2 when season 2 gets here. But we got to wait. But I enjoyed this. This was craziness. This was madness. What is the grandmother going to do with those children when she gets them to her house? Are they going to show us that? Who is alive and who's dead? Is it Yuma or is it Max? And how are they going to handle this whole situation with Ellie? That's going to be something. And finally, how are they going to cover up this? Looks like this sad death of the young maid. So that's all I got for now. Again, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If I forgot something, just put it down in the comment section and we'll discuss it there. Did y'all like the finale? I enjoyed it. I thought it was crazy. It has hilarious moments for me. It was enjoyable. I enjoyed it. That's all I got. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video, and you all be blessed.